ladies and gentlemen, introducing Mark Pyre's Renaissance Man.
Okay, people, gather round. The Mark Pyre's Renaissance Man show. Is he still alive? Wait, hold on, I'm not done. Trying to get to the bottom of this. Number 2. Is he still alive?
He is Dr. Evil.
Why is he still alive, and why did you answer when I was asking number 2? I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. Number 2!
A plan is in the works, Dr. Evil.
This is wonderful news, number 2. Over 1,000 days in a row, we've managed to keep the world from knowing he exists.
Dr. Evil, he's still going and doesn't care.
Well, we need to find another way to stop the show. He's making me look bad, you know? Yeah, no. Perhaps we can make him look like racist or something?
That may work, Dr. Evil.
Perhaps we can get the media to cancel him?
This is your best idea yet, Dr. Evil.
Okay, number 2. Get me Dr. Fauci.
Dr. Evil. Dr. Fauci is on the evil monitor.
Thank you, number 2. Dr. Fauci.
Dr. Evil. It's Dr. Fauci.
Well, Dr. Fauci. It looks like the gig is up. The Renaissance Man show knows all about you.
Yeah, look, they created a character after me. We gotta squash him like the friggin' mouse that he is. He calls me a weasel, Fauci. I'm not a weasel, okay? I'm not a doctor. I'm Dr. Fauci, okay? Don't call me Dr. Weasel Fauci, okay? Because that's anecdotal.
Anecdotal Fauci. That's what they're always making fun of you about. That you're always anecdotal.
No, I know. Like I said, that everything's anecdotal.
Excellent. Dr. Fauci, initiate the final plan.
They never even asked you. Welcome, family and friends, to the Mark Pyre's Renaissance Man show. We are live every single day of the year for unscripted live comedy, songwriting in the moment, and total inspiration. So join us on a tour of some of the accomplishments and content created in the first 1,000 days and counting of Renaissance Man. Since January 1st, 2021, 170 songs have been written and released on iTunes and Spotify. Though my monthly streak has come to an end, I will be dropping many albums for you going forward. Join us for the live comedy news. Every night of the year, 7 stories are chosen, SNL Weekend update style. I've also released 4 feature comedy films. Batmark vs. Supermark, Three's Company the Breakup Artist, A Christmas Story, and Peter Bishop, the Wolf of Crypto. BB Poo Poo! Things were pretty bad for BB Poo Poo at the beginning. Within these comedies, many original characters have surfaced. You know, we have Batmark Dick Facce, which he doesn't look like this really, but that's Foch. And then, of course, Supermark, who's pretty freaking super if you ask me. Just saying. Hammerlin Jameson's a bit of a drunkard, and he tried to get the role of Supermark. It didn't go well. He does all right as a side gig of, newscaster situation. But you can see in that top photo, he's not doing too well these days. Anyway. Dr. Wayne Doppler, tallest man alive, 8'9", Guinness, and he's also in the Batmark and Supermark movie. And Dr. Weasel Fauci, if you don't know who he is, we have 5,647 masks, especially if you're going to Mars. Stuck on Mars. I will be making a movie out of that. Sid 45, make sure you don't get rupees. Sid has rupees literally pouring out of his igloo. Francesco Vigilughi. Look, if you ever need a cartographer, there's just one guy. The Curious Case of Ben Affleck Head. It's about a guy with a head so large, he could literally change the poles. Oh, Dystopia 2021. If you missed that, that's the world we're living in today. If you haven't seen it, I did a couple episodes on it. And of course, we have many episodes of Spider-Mark, Peter Marker. If you didn't know, check it out. Mark Pyres of the Caribbean. That was a hilarious movie. And then if you can't dance, you just, watch this episode. There's 2 of them. Really good stuff. And did you watch Match Game? I did it. And Pressure Luck in it. We did a little Pressure Luck style too, Peter DeMarkin. And if you didn't see Waterworld 2027, I'm the last one left because of the bugaboo. We did many other homages to movies and TV shows and Fache Mulder.
Sonny, you still got the cough?
There are over 100 insane scenes with Dick Fache. And then of course I saved the world, saved all the animals and stuff too.
Zucker Chooch, are you kidding me? Excuse me, are you freaking kidding me?
We did a couple of raps this year. My Aunt Judy told me I could do a rapper's delight and took a poop in my double diaper. Back to the Future, Mark. Guys, the next movie that's coming out, Back to the Future, Mark. You may not remember some of the characters that I was in the past, so let's just go over it in real time. Marxist, I did it. Ten Commandments. Markstradamus, telling the future, of course. Oh, and the artwork I created as Leo Marco da Vinci. The Mona Lisa, when I got that freaking red, like murdering a family. That was what O.J. Simpson of the 1600s. Hey, Michelangelo, after you finish that, sculpture, you think you could paint the ceiling? Got it. Circumnavigating the globe as Mark Jellin. Markola Tesla? If I didn't do my time here as Markola, you guys would have nothing when it comes to electricity. I still can't believe it. I'm sitting there, I'm writing the Fur Elise, right? I'm in the middle of it. And they're scratching it out and they're writing freaking that hack Beethoven's name on it, right? Don't even get me started on what they did when I was Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Doing the fifth and taking all that work. And then, like modern days, when I'm doing Mark and M, doing the 8 Mile situation. Mark and M's the man now, but I paved the way as the Marktorious B.I.G. as well. When I was Mark Claude Van Damme, I remember that one. Oh, Mark Schwarzenegger? You didn't know I was Mark Schwarzenegger? Yeah, that was funny when I worked next to DeVito. The Emancipation Marklamation of 1863. I did my time as Abraham Mark Lincoln. You guys didn't know I was Abraham Mark? You guys are all Mark Della. That's why this is all part of the Mark Della effect. Everybody's like, Mandela, man. No, it's Mark Della. Get with it. And then the time I was Mark Guyver, remember, you give me a freaking toothpick and some tooth floss and we're off. I'm building a bomb. So that's just a good overview of a lot of the shows, not all of them. We have tons of new gear up on the website, guys, markpires.com. And there you can pick up your gear, you can pick up a signed CD, and also don't forget about BeatSeat.rocks, my invention that I patented. This is her sitting on it, and this is a little demo I made. Welcome to BeatSeat.rocks. My name is Mark Pires, and I'm the inventor of the Beat Seat. Today I'm going to share all of the details of the Beat Seat. It's the ultimate percussion drum. You can play it with your hands and feet while sitting completely upright. It's got 4 playable panels, omnitone, everywhere you hit it sounds different. It's the first drum you could sit completely upright and play with your hands and feet at the same time. It's the Beat Seat. It's the only drum that you could play with your hands and feet while sitting completely upright. Anything you'd play in a drum kit, you could play on this, because you're playing with your entire body, but you're sitting upright. Your feet do this. So that's the Beat Seat, the ultimate percussion drum. You could play it with your hands, with your feet at the same time. It has unlimited tones. There's so much to explore. I hope to build one for you. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. And of course, fam, I can't leave you without a little bit of motivation. So take these quotes with you as we get ready to rock for one more night. And yes, we will be doing it again tomorrow. So, until I see you in just a moment, it's Mark Pires. And it's Renaissance Man.
when the wind stops blowing, I'm going to find a way. Some night when the world stops hating, we're going to find a way.
Ticket tickets are available at the box office. Thanks for helping us keep the theater clean. As you exit the auditorium, please deposit litter in trash receptacles in the lobby. Please be considerate and don't talk during the show.
Thank you for coming to Lowe's. Sit back and relax. Enjoy the show.
It's Sunday. It's Mark Pires. And it's Renaissance Man.
For another way.
I'm here to ease my mind and help my living. It's Renaissance Man. It's daily variety show Mark Pires Renaissance Man. I'm here to connect with you, to amplify your current state. And we're here on day 1168 in a row of the Renaissance Man Show. And we're going to get into it just like we do every single night, fam and friends. We're going to put on a freaking show. You ready for it? I'm ready for it. Joanne's ready for it. What? Joanne? Joanne says she's not ready for it. I'm here. I'm doing it. I'm ready for it. Zabrowski's ready for his woohoo, I imagine. What? Zabrosk, you're not ready for your woohoo either? What are we doing? I come down, do show. Renaissance Man monologue. You know, I expect everybody here, they're all on board, ready to get their part. Zabrosk got his yoo-hoo and he's going, ready to get ready to do the woohoo. Now he's just sitting there, lazy lump, you know, lazy lumperoo, really. So right now we have the audio on for my, I'm going to mute the notifications just for the next, let's call it 4 hours, because I'm here doing a show. We don't want to hear that in the background. Guys, when we got Zabrowski here in the background, he's giving us a little background. We're doing it. Zabrowski, you're doing great, but I'm ready for a woo.
I forget the old days.
I remember this song right at, I remember Matt Zabrosk rocking it out on the drums. Here we go. That beat is like, that's Zabrosk. That's you, brother. You doing it. I hope you give us a woohoo after this. If you're doing it, and you're not going to do a woohoo after all the beat, I just don't think you're a good drummer. You're not going to throw a woohoo out if you have something like right? Let's get it, Matt Zabrosk. That's me on the steel drums, by the way. Guitar for something to live for. I need more. Something to die for. Oh, won't you? Give me more. Hey, so many perfect ways to spend your days. Let's get it, Matt Zabrosk. You ready? Something to live for, yeah. There's something to die for, yeah. There's something to live for. Guys, I gotta get that freaking guitar out tonight. We're rocking and rolling. I need a woo-hoo. Something to live for. Matt Zabrosk, you don't give us a woohoo to live for? I don't know what to say. Woohoo! He did it, guys. I didn't know. I was like, is he gonna? Yeah, is he gonna bring it tonight? Bring us a woohoo? Take us from here to here? Because I'm just starting us off, guys. This is the longest running live variety show on planet Earth, 1,168 days in a row for 2+ hours. We're about to do something. No script here. Never has, never will be a script. We take this moment and we create within. The only magic in life is in this very moment right here, and it's constant, that moment. It's the one that we just had is gone. That's how freaking crazy it is. That's how crazy the magic is of life. You can't hold on to it. It's second to second. You need to follow it. You get caught behind, it's over. You lose it all reflecting on things that mean nothing in your life in the moment. We're often blinded by all of the noise. And that's a crazy thing. You're blinded by noise. That's how loud it is. It blinds you. Forget deaf after all of it. You're literally blind after all the noise. I wonder if scientifically there's a pitch or something that's loud enough that it would literally cause you to go blind. That's what this is. It's psychological blindness. And guys, we have to elevate above, and we need to start or continue to create a new renaissance, a new way of belief. And it's to bring each other up, not to push each other down. I'm sick of living in a world where people want to hate and think that it's some way that's we're going to get somewhere. Like, I can't stand the feeling that goes along with hurting somebody. It doesn't go away. So I prefer to show up here every day and try to lift you up with some light, have some fun. We do have 7 news stories for you today. And we have some music. I don't even know what we're going to write yet. Last night, I started working on the song from last night. It was something like... That was this one last night. That was hot, though. Let's listen to this. I wrote this about 4 days ago, I guess. We started doing some stuff with this every night. Gather round on Sunday night, light a candle, take a ride all night, a roller coaster ride. Yeah, wait until the morning sunrise, and maybe you can get yourself to the next light before the turns are red. Yeah, from red to green. Yeah, you go and driving me through the daylight. Yeah, trying to find your way out of this, of this negative mindset, to see if you can enlighten yourself out of the darkness, out of the darkness, yeah, into the light, into the light, into the light every night, into the light every night. We take it on the longest ride, yeah, to the stars and back again. We'll do it once again every night. Take our minds off this dirty world that we're living in. It doesn't seem like it's still winning out of the tailspin. Yeah, I don't know if it's ever gonna feel like a win. Now we're losing all of our dignity, staying in. Gotta fold, yeah, gotta go, gotta roll, gotta go. Before we get dragged down into the pit of disaster, yeah, you know, we gotta find a way away from this mind blasting. Yeah, you know it's time, we gotta stand up together, yeah, stand up against the bad weather, yeah. It seems like everything it says, everything's a lie. Oh, and then we got a war and always them gotta say, I guess what they're saying now must be right. No, it's never been right. It's always been left. Yep, it's so far left. It's only like the theft of our freedom. Yeah, it's communism coming our way. So take a stand. To take a
a stand, yeah. You gotta get a plan, yeah, to fight back before we lose it all. They got the grand plan, yeah. She coming after you and me, yeah. And we never gonna get away if we keep dividing. Yeah, you know that's the way they're gonna keep riding. Pushing you down, they're pushing me down. They're thinking one day we're gonna quit to take the easy way out. No, you know, we gotta get up. We gotta let the positivity flow. Yeah, you got to push down the negativity, don't you know? You gotta let the light flow, let it go inside of you, let it go everywhere out there. Yeah, gonna make it a better world if you care. Make it a better world if you care. Hanging in a web, yeah. Wondering what he said, she said, yeah. It ain't no matter what they said, yeah. None of it was true, yeah. They got it swept under the rug, can't you see that too? Keep your mind over there, yeah. Look at the bombs blasting all over, people dying in the streets. Oh, it's like Hitler's are back again. Put the mirror out, take a spin. Look at what we did for 20 years in the Middle East. And would you say it was for their freedom? Yeah, it doesn't seem like you care about anything but the bottom line. Yeah, you know you got the spine. No, why do we keep re-electing these people over and over again? Oh, it makes no sense, but we keep on doing it again. It's like it's poison. You got a Nancy Pelosi, yeah. She's got $180 million in the bank. How'd you get there as a public servant? I gotta ask, what the frig is going on here? Corruption everywhere. Corruption everywhere. Over the top of the head, yeah. You know it's what I said, yeah. We gotta let it flow, let the words come out and where it go. Don't know, yo, we're gonna let it go. Gonna have a good time and hope there's something here good at the end. You're tangled in a whip. You're tangled in a whip. Tangled in a whip. He said, she said, makes no difference in the whip. You know, when words like that come out, like I'm in the middle of thinking, how freaking powerful is it that I just wrote a verse about Nancy Pelosi having $100 million and $180 million in the bank? How's that even possible anyway? She's a public servant. Like, what the? I cannot wait to take that and tie it into whatever because I jammed on that originally somewhere in my recordings here. I have to figure out where I recorded that because that's fire. Like, just listen to that. Take a tailspin, yeah, it's gonna be never a win, yeah, losing every time, yeah, tailspin, yeah, oh, yeah, time to keep slipping. It's just crazy, that's crazy, but this is what we did last night. This is just a great riff to jam out to, I'll tell you. proud and nasty. How are you, my friend? See Trish Killian, yeah, Chris Donaldson, S. Coop and Ed, yeah, Chirani Hofton, yeah, kicking it, yeah, the chat, gotta say what's up to Jeffrey Flisak, yeah, you know we're getting down, it's still Sunday night again. We've been doing this every Sunday night for the last 3+ years in a row. Every single day, 1,068 days in a row. Well, I see my brother Raven here too. Gotta say what's my brother. Gotta say what's up, my brother. Oh, man, we're just kicking it. I gotta say, Girani's kicking it. I love seeing Girani. You're proud and nasty. You are awesome. Hope I can get a follow from you over on Twitch. We are on YouTube every day for the last 3 years plus, and I'm just improvising, having some fun right now. We're gonna get into the news in a moment. Joanne, what do we got for the news today? Joanne! She's back there freaking dancing and wheezing. You know? I'm here doing it. I'm here jamming it. She's back there doing a wheezeroo and dancing, and she's going, you know how she dances? She goes. And every once in a while, she'd do the Travolta, and she'd go. And you're like, Joanne, just don't. Double wheeze condition when she starts doing that. Guys, you gotta flow, gotta get down Sunday night, don't you know? Yeah, gotta get down with the peeps here on TikTok. Oh, every night we're doing this, we rock, yeah, we gonna go freestyling all night long, yeah. Got Joanne in the back, doing a wheezeroo. Don't you know? I couldn't get better than that. Or maybe Scooby-Doo, he'll go, whoa, Shaggy, whoopie-doobie-doo. That's what we're talking about. We're doing it every night. Maybe we'll get Snoop Dogg here. He's like, yo, check it out. Snoop Diggy Dogg getting down with the dog pound. Don't you know it? We're gonna kick it on the downtown with the singing with the Judy Brown. You're like, yo, what's going on? You chilling it? Maybe Donald Trump comes by. Are you kidding? Covered out Sunday night. We're gonna get down Wittig Big League. A Wittig Big League with Melania. Yeah, don't look at the gold toilet, Melania. I gotta go poop a doop later. Like Joe Biden does in his sleepy poopy double test. You know he's got a double diaper on. Yeah, he's got a triple diaper too. He wears those for the long trips. You know we're gonna get down when he takes a rippy dippy doo with Kamala Chameleon. Look, Melania, Wittig Big League. Wittig Big League, Melania. Excuse me. Excuse me, Melania. Are you kidding me? Need something to drink, Melania. Are you kidding? You can't do a trumper without getting a little coffee in the vocal cords first. Are you kidding? Excuse me, where's Barron? Get Barron here for the jabberoo. I want to see what kind of freestyle he can do. Barron, he's 12 feet tall, looking for a Guinness. Yeah, he's gonna take Dr. Wayne Doppler off. You know, Dr. Wayne Doppler is the tallest man alive. Yeah, he's also the inventor of the Doppler 5001. Wittig Big League, Wittig Big League, Wittig Big League. A yippee yappity you. That's what we're gonna do, Melania. Don't go near the gold toilet. No, can't do it. No, cause I gotta go with there and you'll probably smelt it with your gaze. We know you have that gaze, and when you look at things, you smelt them. Possibly melt them. You're like Medusa in the opposite. You're so freaking beautiful, and when you look at people, you put them in some sort of weird, like, freaking paralytic state, and they're like, oh, I looked at Melania's gaze. I get it. I'm married to her, people. I'm married to her. Wittig Big League. Wittig Big League. Oh, Baron, come on, let's do a little jam together. Wittig Big League got Baron here, too. Look, Baron, getting down, trumper. Gonna get the double trumper situation going. Yeah, no, Melania. Can we do a triple decker? Triple decker. Coming up, Melania from Slovenia. Coming down. Yo, Slovenia, when they rap, they go like this. They go, boop, boop, chicka, chicka, boop, boop. Let's go, Melania. I'll give you the microphone. Gonna get down, gonna get in the zone. No, don't go into the bomb zone. Don't go to the war zone in Slovenia. No, Melania, come home. Your gaze isn't protecting you against Vladimir Putin. He's pooping in his pants just like Sleepy Pooping Pants. What are we talking about now? Baron, your turn. Chicka, chicka. Here comes Baron Trump, right? Yo, check it. My name's Baron Trump. You know my dad's Donald Trump, and you know he's got a wife. Her name. I mean, you know what I'm saying. It's not like the last president. No, the one. This one's name is Donald J. Trump. His wife is Melania. You know she's got a rump shaker, a rump shiggity shaker shoe. What you saying, yo, Baron Trump? I'm gonna say it's not weird for me to say it about my mom. No, cause I'm 12 feet tall and I can see what's good out there. I'm the tallest man alive, and I'm 16. Yeah, gonna get a Guinness. Gonna take it away from Dr. Wayne Doppler.
I was bred by a Slovenian and a Trumper, if you didn't know it. Trump is Super Trump, born in Krypton. Yes, of course, my father, Kal-El. I was there, Jarell, up there, Kal-El. He sends me here to planet Earth. Up there, I wake up in a frickin' field under like some frickin' milk truck, right? There's this old man and his wife. They come over. Oh, little boy, little baby, are you okay? Come here, let me help you. Are you kidding me? I'm frickin' Trumper. I move the truck with like my frickin' finger. I said, I'm Trump. I'm a day old. I speak perfect English. I'm gonna win big league here on this planet. You could just keep Krypton from me and I'm gonna win big league. I'm Super Trump. I'm Super Trumper. I'm Super Trippy Trumper, yeah? And then I got a call from Marvel. They're like, look, what about Mega Trump? I'm like, I love it. I'll be Mega Trump. I'm Mega Trumping it. Yeah, Mega Trumperoo. Yep, Melania, don't go near the gold toilet. Yeah, a biggity boo. A big biggity boo. Look, my dad's a Donald J. Trump. Melania, come here, do a little verse. Can't go there. It sounds racist. We can't? What about if we just sound Russian? Can we do that? Yes, because Russia is very bad right now. They're in the war. They try to kill everybody. Look, you come here, I drop a nuclear bomb on your freaking head. I'm sorry, you come, my name is Boris. I'm here working frontline. I'm frontline. He's Vladimir Putin. He said, you're putting you on the front line. Are you putting me on the front line? He says, yes. I'm putting my best men on the front line. You're my best men. So, guys, I have that going for me. I'm the best man with Russia. And he putting me in. Vladimir Putin, all of his good stuff in the front line. Even goods. He's putting the terrible rations from 1924. He's got the open, it's like sand that comes out into your hand. You have to eat sand. The nutrients are there, guys. You can eat it, still get the nutrients from the sand, you know, from the late 20s. That was when Mao Zedong was trying to invade, and, you know, there was like a crazy thing with Lenin at the time, you know, and they kept the food, they kept the rations. They're giving it to the troops now, though. They're doing well in the front line. And then, of course, Joe Biden comes over and takes over the microphone. You know, like, what? My Aunt Judy told me I should grab the microphone. I'm gonna make it my own. I got a triple diaper on. Look, I had a couple accidents, and the Secret Services are like, hey, maybe you should wear a double diaper. I'm like, hey, that sounds good. I'm maybe about a triple, cause I had a couple accidents that went over the double. Kamala Chameleon, don't push me down the stairs. That's gonna happen, right? What are we talking about over here? And then she's gonna blame it on his Aunt Judy. What? Did my Aunt Judy push me? Yep, that's exactly what happened, Joe. I'm sorry, Aunt Judy was just here. She pushed you down the stairs. She said she's sick of all the poopy pants. Because you call her every day. You call in to come down and see if you could clean up the double diaper. I can't put this into the show. A double diaper rap? Let's just take this part out. Wow, guys, you come down. You do a rap on Sunday night. Christopher Walken, talk the talk. You can't talk the talk, you walk the walk. Wow. Sometimes you in the movies, you're doing it. You're sitting with your friends. Your friends, they say, wow, what you doing? You get into the film with Owen Wilson. I saw The Wedding Crasher, the big film. You're there, Secretary Cleary. Wow. Woo, how was it working with Owen Wilson? Oh, let's give him a call. You see, maybe you come down and have a talk. Oh, Owen, this is Christopher Walken. Wow, yeah. Oh, Renaissance Man show. Hold on. Wow. We need you to put your speakerphone. Owen, what are we doing? What show are we talking about right now? Wow. Well, on the Renaissance Man show. You gotta come down. Enjoy yourself. Come and have a good time. Of course, I'm having a good time. We're doing the Renaissance Man show. Whoa, what are we talking about? I did the movie Zoolander. I was doing it, and I came down and hanging out with Girl Dad. What are we talking about? Wow. Alan, you're always overzealous. Oh. I like doing film, let's do rap together. Okay, flip-a-roo, back and forth. Check it out. Wow, my name is Christopher Walken. You talking, you're coming down on a Sunday night. Oh, you're gonna live here. I'm up here somewhere, Connecticut, going quick to the city. Gotta go down for appointments, go see shoot a film. Maybe King of New York, too. You get a dime bag in the park, I'm on my cart. Ow, you can throw maybe Joe Dirt 3. I got Joe Dirt. Possibly Pulp Fiction, though. Come back again, Butch, your father, down a pit and high and
Hanoi. His great-granddaddy, Dan Coolidge, gave me a watch. The watch. I had this watch, Butch, 5 years. He sent me this entire come home and give you a watch. Your great-granddad, he never knew this man, Wanaki. Wanaki was a wingman in the Russian Anglo-Saxon Wars of 1824. What are we talking about over here? What are we talking about indeed? You come down and do a show. Jack Nicholson's gonna take over. Did you order the code red? You're gosh darn right I did. Who's gonna save us? You, Lieutenant Caffey? You, Lieutenant Weinberg? I sit 900 yards from 3,000 Cubans that want to kill me. Did you order the code red? I did my job. Did you order the code red? You're gosh darn right I did! Court-martialed. He's going down. He's going down. Jack Nicholson's going out of town. Gotta go to jail because he said the thing he shouldn't say and he should have known, but he was on trial and he just blurted it out. He said, I did do the freaking code red. You're gosh darn right I did. And Tom Cruise was like, see, we got him. We got him. We got him in a trap. It was Jack Nicholson. He did it on his own. He spun a web. He was like, yippity yappity you. Look, I'm 900 yards from 3,000 Cubans who want to shoot me. And I'm like, who's gonna save me? You, Lieutenant Weinberg? You, Lieutenant Caffey? And I'm like, yeah, me with freaking Caffey. I just saved the freaking day. Came out here and said, did you order the code red? And you're like, you're gosh darn right I did. Case closed. Drinks are on me. By Menon, by Menon. When you're doing a show sponsored by Menon, you go, guys, I really think I gotta somehow contact by Menon and be like, look, guys, we're doing it. Why don't you just sponsor the show by Menon style, you know? You got your speed stick on, you know you're there on Sunday night, you gotta roll it on, you got the roller stick, you got it for Joanne, she's back there and she knows she's got a smelly thing going on cause she's got the humongocarditis. Oh, I'm sorry, Joanne, she's got the, what is it again, Joanne, today? Oh, that's right, hot air balloon carditis that she's dealing with, she's floating to the air, we had to anchor her down. It's a shame when you have to do these things, but sometimes you do. Anybody else I missed, Joanne? Of course, I forgot. Of course you forgot somebody. Dr. Evil. You know I'm gonna get down. I'm gonna see if I can make Donald Trump become my clown. Yep, I'm gonna ask for $1 billion, winning big league. Yes, I'm gonna see if Donald Trump will get on the line. Donald, it's Dr. Evil. Oh, hi, Dr. Evil. Oh, hi, Donald. Look, I have a question for you. Yeah, what's that, Dr. Evil? I want to see if you'll send me $1 billion. Are you freaking kidding me? No, I'm serious. Send me $1 billion, and I'll tell you how you can get rid of Joe Biden. I'm listening. What do you got, Dr. Evil? Well, first the billion first, Dr. John. I need $1 billion. Well, first of all, Dr. Evil, I never pay the asking price. How about I pay you $999,999,999. You know what I'm saying, Dr. Evil, all nines. That's just $1 less than $1 billion. That's right, Dr. Evil. I win big league, Dr. Evil. Okay, Donald, look, you can't get away with $1. I'm sorry, it's $1 billion or nothing. Well, fine, then frig you stupid idiot. How about I just hang up on you? No, Donald, how about this? I'll settle in the $999. No, I'm sorry, Dr. Evil. It's a one-time only thing with Donald. That's how crazy he is. You don't know, is he going to take that for the $1? Is he going to take the deal off the table? Off the table. He pulled a Mark Cuban Shark Tank situation, you know? I'm sorry, deal's off the table. You snooze, you lose. You play with your food. Mark Cuban. That's what I'm calling it, is the Mark Cuban. It's not even the Donald Trump. Donald Trump did that, yeah, all the time. Billionaire, you know, you don't get there unless you're not cutting throats on the way up, you know what I mean? But Mark Cuban, you got a freaking press sandwich. You're there, you're ready to chomp on it. He's like, nope, I'm done. Guitar has a mind of its own. It's falling down on the side? What happens if we break this one? I already broke one guitar.
Not on purpose, just while we were filming a comedy film. And that's what happens. I got a freaking... That heater's too much when you're in the middle of a, comedy rap improvisatione. All right, I think we're done with this, guys. That's been enough. I got enough of some silliness there. Gosh almighty, where's the news? You're here. You didn't get to the news? How's everybody doing on TikTok? I appreciate you hanging out with me. Spirit, how you doing? Good to see you. We are kicking it here on the YouTube channel. If you have not, please give me a follow over there. This is day 1,168 in a row, and we are in the... I don't even know what the hell I was just doing. I'm going to have to watch that back later and see if there's anything worth popping out there for you. Joanne, what do we got for the news today? Anything good? What are we talking about? Oh, it looks like Future Mark was right. This is what I'm talking about. Everybody's like, oh, Future Mark C's not from the future. Excuse me. Let's listen in.
It's a guy who broke the initial story that Brady was going to walk away from football. Adam, what is it that changed during this 2-month period?
Well, Reese, we've been through this dance before, I guess, and we had this conversation a couple months back, and it's been 40 days since Tom
40
Brady
days,
retired,
40 nights.
And I think as he stepped back and reflected in his statement,
40 days.
He did not feel like the time was
Lent.
right now. And
he did a Lent deal.
Seemed to thank his family, which I think...
All right, Schefter. Look, all I'm saying is this, guys. All I'm saying is this. That's the storyline, but I want to play something for you, and this isn't the whole bit. This is not the whole bit, but this is a part, very small part of the bit. You don't even get the best part of the bit, to be honest. You know what? Forget that. Hold on. Hold on. I'm playing at least this one for you so you could see what I'm saying and where I predicted the future already, because I'm Future Mark from the year 2769. Everybody's like, oh, how did you know everything? And then you were wrong about that. Wrong? Okay, we'll see about that. We'll see who's wrong. Wrong. Let's see. Where's the freaking file? Joanne, you can't find it for me? I'm here doing it. Here it is. This is it right here, and you didn't want to do it. Why isn't it? Oh, you know what? This is what really is a weird thing. So we have to pick it out of something. Hold on. There we go. We're going to take it from FX2. What is this? Okay, so I guess I have to put it through something else. All right, let's do it through here. This is what I'm trying to show you, and I just have to go back to it now. This right here, fam and friends, is Back to the Future Mark, predicting the future by Menon. I'm from the future, yes. This is the most common question people ask me. Well, what about for the Super Bowl? Does Tom Brady win a 30-second Super Bowl? Yes, he does. And look, nobody thought it was possible. 74 years old, he went out there and he did it. And it's something that in the future, people will talk about him as almost a god. 74, still, like, he's moving in the pocket. And he's throwing spirals, super, like really tight spirals. Dead on. Dead on. So it's just something you need to be prepared for. Tom Brady will be considered a god in the very distant future. By 2200, people think he may be God. There's a weird period of time where people actually, like, they find statues of Tom Brady. It's odd. And they start, it's like almost like that praying to the calf. That's right, golden Tom Brady. And that doesn't go well. Year 2200 doesn't go well. It's a bad year for people. When 2200, everybody's walking around, they're like, what's going on? Where's Jesus? He didn't come back. And everybody finds the picture of Tom Brady where he grew his hair out. And they're like, this is Jesus. He was here. 7 Super Bowls. 25? Joanne, what did Future Mark say again it was? 32? He throws the final Super Bowl pass to his great-great-grandson, Tyler Brady, the 19th. And Tom Tyler Brady, he goes by Tyler because he doesn't want to be connected to his dad, his great-great-grandfather that much. Throws a perfect spiral, over the right shoulder, into the corner, flank situation, Super Bowl win number 32, Brady to Brady. That was the ultimate Super Bowl. That's the one that they went in 2200. They're like, there's no way he couldn't not be God to do a Brady to Brady deal, Like when you're there and you're at the game and you see a 74-year-old going up against like the rest of them and he's moving in the pocket still and he's throwing tight spirals, Brady to Brady, you gotta think there's a God deal going on that one. You know, like, did that guy? He's can't be. He's the one. He's the chosen one. You know, that's where it got weird. That's where it really got weird. But look, guys, you have to remember when, you know, the tech deal started to get very, very biased and they wanted to trick people, they started going with it. And they're like, yeah, no, Brady, totally. He was God. Like at the end there, people were saying they were worshiping him and they were being healed. Like that was where it got weird, real weird. Because people started uncovering stories the year 2173 it was. Yeah, that's what it was. 2173 is where there was a movement for Tom Brady being God. Very odd, very odd. And what happened is this small contingent became so massive because the media conglomerate was like, you know what, that sounds plausible. You know, it's 32 Super Bowls, you know, 74 when he throws the, you know, that final Super Bowl pass, Brady to Brady, you know, record books. And so they go with it, you know, and 73, 74. Think about that, guys. That's 27 years. 27 years later, we're dealing on a 2,200 deal. All of a sudden, Tom Brady's God. Whoa, there was temples, churches. They went both ways on this one. They opened up temples. They opened up churches. There was a few mosques as well that they were bringing in Tom Brady statues because they weren't sure at the time. Again, this is 2,200 years. Guys, the year 2,200. I don't know if you know right now, but they're trying to build a location somewhere in the world. I don't know where it is, where there's a Catholic church, a mosque, and I think it's a temple, all in like one area, which is like apparently not supposed to be. So in the year 2200, just remember, Future Mark knows, he's seen it. It's not that I'm saying it should be that way. It's just what happens. Okay. The world changes a lot in the next 5 to 7 years because everybody goes beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop. Like, look, away 7,467 masks. When you did that, everybody did it. You couldn't get to your dinner quick enough. It was always cold. Dinner's ready? Oh, okay. You're in your house wearing them because that's what Weasel Fauci said. He was like, yeah, no, wear them at home around your family. What, really? Yeah, no, of course. When you're at home and you're in seclusion, too. But then you wear double. If you don't wear a double-decker, when you go walk by your mom and dad, there's something wrong with you. Dr. Weasel Fauci, all-time high on that one. You know what I mean? Look, at the end of the day, you have to remember Future Mark has seen it all. He's been through it all. And sometime in the very near future, you're going to see everything come to fruition that I've said. It's all been there. And the movie comes out soon, by the way. Back to the Future, Mark. I do just need to create an intro and an outro. Maybe I should do that tonight. You know? It's actually not a bad idea. Is to just, since we're in the mode, is shoot the movie. At least the intro and the outro is all I need because I already have so much content. How would that go? I got it. Let's see, what can we do here? What can we do here? I'm not sure I can work with this. I don't even know what I could do with this, to be honest. I wonder, it probably won't be a total match if I do this, but that's just not working. But the wiggy is, I like this thing. This is actually crazy. We did this for the elevator gag. The toot on the elevator, which is my idea when I was 19 years old, and we finally accomplished it April of last year. It's on my YouTube. It's actually, there's pieces of it. The whole thing may actually be here on TikTok as well, but they don't really push my stuff out there. This is all goofy, crazy stuff that's all clean. You can watch it with your 5-year-old or your grandparents or anybody. This is the idea. The concept here is to bring family entertainment back. where we could sit down with our kids and we could watch this show and we could be entertained without hearing F-bombs or whatever. Now you can come here in the chat on YouTube and you can speak your mind's content here. The mods are here to keep the abuse from people hurting other people's feelings and pushing down on others, but you are here to express yourself, speak how you feel and how you speak. We talked about this last couple nights here on the live chat here on YouTube. If you can, link on the bio, just head over. This has been 1,168 days in a row of this madness that we're about to partake in. I think I have to do this in order to make this perfect. I'm just trying to get my monitor. You guys hear me still? You see me still? Yeah, okay, so something else is disconnecting. That's fine. So we're just going to throw on this real quick so I can get rid of this one, the big microphone. Okay, so every single... Check. All right, so you guys can hear me now. All right, so every single bit that we've done here is Back to the Future Mark, or Future Mark, has been not with any wigs or anything. I'm just here with cool backgrounds. This is the only time I've had a background that's not set up to be like... I gotta get this out of the picture. I think the whole point of this one is to be Future Mark is here. Here's the concept, I guess, for the intro, at least. Future Mark is here at some time. Well, obviously I have all my stuff here. I have to figure out that. I got it. Guys, I just warped. I know you're not used to seeing me like this. You're actually, we're dealing in Tarantino time right now. You haven't even seen any of the footage. You haven't even seen what I've been through. Okay, look, my name is Future Mark XC9743. Actually, I don't remember what the hell my name was originally, but I'm Future Mark. I'm from the year 2769, and currently I'm on a mission. I'm playing Tom Brady. No, I'm kidding. No, I am here though right now. You guys don't even know what's going on with that. How many times he wins the Super Bowl. This is a whole, it's a rabbit hole. Okay, I'm gonna try to get all this out so you understand it. What you're about to embark on is a journey of questions and answers, slipping through time as every single person you could ever think of in history. Now, I can't wait for you to see what's coming. Because what's coming is... All right. This is my last day on planet Earth. You're going to see things in reverse order here. And I want you to understand something. I did it all for you. You needed to be aware of what's coming. They didn't want me to say anything. They wanted me to continue going back and being every person over and over and completing these amazing tasks, accomplishing everything. I can't do it anymore. You put your heart and soul into every timeline. So, I'm ready when they come for me. But remember, when you watch this film that everything was done to save your soul, with the hope that maybe there would be more in the future than I saw, more of a chance to survive and thrive. You're going to realize you had an amazing opportunity. And all you had to do was close your ears to what was being spoken in the narratives, in the lies. You had to look on the outside. I just pray you see this message before it's too late. Oh, shit. They're here. Good luck. I gotta go. There's our intro. Oh, goodness. So we have an intro to Back to the Future, Mark. It's kind of crazy. Oh, my goodness. So what do I do for the outro, I wonder? Oh, I got an idea. Hold on a second. Oh, guys, I forgot to tell you one more thing. They're going to come back and say, you need one more. Oh, you just need one more. And then continue to need one more. You just have to do it for mankind. Don't do it. Don't do it. Anything, no matter what. You just make sure you run. Like I'm running. I got to go. Oh, my goodness. Okay. I guess that's it. Or is there any more like little scenes that can go in there? I have to figure that out real quick. This is the part of filming a movie I love most, is seeing where we go with it and allowing these moments to take us someplace. Lily, how are you? I'm so glad you're here with us tonight. We are on YouTube if you want to join us over there. It looks probably a lot better over here, plus you get the full HD experience and audio and video. It's much better over on YouTube. Plus I'm facing towards the camera because this is where the film is going. This is going to be my fifth feature film when I complete it. I'm going to finish this one and get it out. It's so much footage I have to go through, but I'm going to peel through it and get the best questions and cut this thing down to a reasonable length. And we have an intro now. We have one more little bit that comes in somewhere in the middle. But I think we have to have more here. I think we need to have a callback. You know, like you can't do this. You can't have a Back to the Future Mark series movie, right? Where you got a guy from the future and not have Hammerlin Jameson do something, you know, announcing the guy from the future who's back in time. So all I have to do is find some sort of tape, which I don't think I have right now. I mean, I do, but I have to find a scissors somewhere, which I know I don't have scissors lying around. Do I? Definitely not. Well, I guess tomorrow we'll have to do that part. The point is this, guys. We did some of the movie tonight. And I wonder if... I kind of like that idea, starting with the outro. And then I wonder if something has to be at the end, though. You know? Maybe not. If you start with the out, something dynamic has to happen at the end. You know what I mean? Like you can't just end the film with one of the scenes that we have. We have so many funny scenes. Maybe there's an ending that makes sense where all of a sudden I say something that leads to the perfect outro to the movie. I don't know. But I feel like there should be one more different character or something doing. Honestly, there's so much footage of me taking questions and answers as Future Mark, and then doing things like Vigiloogie. These things are all going into the film because Vigiloogie is a part of Back to the Future Mark, And so all these amazing comedies that we've created over the last year come back to be a part of this film, just like The Wolf of Crypto did. The Wolf of Crypto was 5 crypto scenes that I put together and made it into a movie, and then I made it in between scenes, just like we're doing now. Three's Company, same thing. I filmed 5 different Three's Company scenes where I'm breaking up people like in the happiest of environments and just rambling and improvising for 15 minutes and saying like, you know, Tiffany, Trevor called me. He said, it's just not working out, you know? Like, I don't know why you keep trying so much. You come with the champagne, like, that's going to help? What are we talking about? He wanted me to break it to you easy, you know? Like, I'm here to just let you know that it's not working out. You should get going now. You're kind of like the third wheel, you know? And so it's like an hour and 37 minutes of me on a green screen with people who look happy, and me just pretending to break them up the whole time. It's hilarious. But we cut these in between scenes where I'm getting calls from the customers. And it's crazy because all of a sudden a movie was created. So that's what keeps happening here, and that's what will keep happening because we have a ton of films that need to be completed. A ton of films need to be completed. Most importantly, we have to get the DJ T Trump show out there. You know, the 35 episodes put out in a film format and release that sucker into the world. I thought about doing that for a while. It's such an outrageous set of episodes, and the more I wait on it, the more it's irrelevant. But everything I talked about there, everything I hit is dead on. And I don't know how to peel it all together, to be honest. There's so much, but I mean, I do. I did it with the episode 16, where we literally just had all these Dr. Evil episodes, and I put them together with Trump in the middle commentating. So that's what I'll probably do, face swaps in between in order to separate some of them and then just have them roll through 35 episodes in a row. We have so many face swaps from before the election. And then I stopped going political. So guys, obviously out of my mind, but hopefully in a good way. Tom Brady, that's what led the whole thing off, didn't it? Oh, goodness. Now this right here is pretty interesting, and I wanted to share this. I kind of freaked out. This 42-year-old artist made over $738,000 in 32 minutes selling NFTs. So this is just nuts, guys. I mean, I bring this up because I thought the story is pretty crazy, but this guy took look, those designs in the back there, something about bull trading, and I remember hearing about this back then. But he made like $750,000. What was it? $738,000 in 32 minutes. And I keep thinking to myself, you know, I don't know how to sell my music, get people to know about my music, but an NFT version of my songs where everybody can buy a piece of the song, so to speak. And the value of that potentially one day when I don't ever stop and when people do finally catch up with what we're doing here, those songs will be worth something, especially in an NFT format. So I need to talk to someone, figure that out, because we should make these songs NFTs and put them out there, 170 of them, and we put them out there and let people own a piece of Freedom Convoy, own a piece of Nothing Can Stop the Light, Help Them Find the Light, you know, Kyle Rittenhouse, you know, all those songs I wrote, LGBTQ, they're all there, but to be able to own a portion of it, or at least the ability to have that one single NFT of it, I think it has to be explored here, because this is the longest running variety show on earth. There's never ending content here. We can make an NFT of every single comedy bit, you know, so that's the thing. I don't know how to do any of that. I don't know the back end. It's an interesting thing when you're the host, you're the creator, the editor, you're a realtor, family man, and then you also are like, okay, how do I build all this other infrastructure around an idea, you know? The content's there. I just have to figure out how to get somebody who's smart enough to say, you know what, I'll do it, and all I want is 10% or whatever, you know, seems fair, which I think seems fair. And I'm down. Like, I just want everybody to do well in this world. And I do believe that this content has value, all of it. Every single piece we put out has some sort of energetic value. And that's a thing that is powerful because you don't have to pay for it. You just go and you get it. So, but the concept of being able to own a piece and supporting the show in the same manner is I think, something that should be appealing to a lot of people that do support the program. With that in mind, too, remember you guys can support the show on Patreon like Jacqueline does, and a few other people. Very few. I don't have a lot of people on Patreon. That's one thing I do hope to start doing more of, because I want to start doing something like once a week on Patreon, at least a piece of content that's separate from everything else that just the people there get to see, because I appreciate the support. And that one is where the most of every dollar goes to the artist and most of the other stuff. But I appreciate all support. We have a way to do super chats below, and you can leave a little note for me. If you have a question or a request, you can put that in there, and I will play you a song if you have a request, or if you have a piece of comedy or an impression you want to hear. Throw it in there with a super chat, and I can rock right into it. That's what I'm going to start doing more of, like live request stuff. Somebody wants to, hey, like, you know who's classic at this? Andrew Golden will come in and just throw a donation out there, and I'll just be like, whoa, oh my goodness. And I'm not seeing it until I see it. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And sometimes he'll say, hey, can you, and he'll add a little something in there. And that's like what I hope people will do. When you want to ask me to do something, or, hey, monkey, do something, jump, throw a little super chat in there and ask. And that's what I'm here to do, is try to entertain you guys, is try to see if I can put on the best show possible every time we show up. Kevin, how are you, my friend? So good to see you. So reality is, this guy cracked the case, $738,000 in freaking 32 minutes. Next story on the list, Joanne. This is something
Everyone gets a free new Samsung Galaxy S22 with a Galaxy trade-in.
Really? With a Galaxy trade-in? I don't have a freaking Galaxy trade-in. Okay? How about this, lady? Hey, Joanne, question. Let's see did you have any of these issues? Because I know you got 18 bugaboos. Hailey Bieber, hospitalized after suffering stroke-like symptoms caused by brain blood clot. This is scary stuff, Joanne. I hope you didn't have this. You did? Joanne. What did you do? Surgery? Gosh almighty, Joanne. Hailey Joanne. It's not Berber. It's Bieber. Okay? She's doing it, Hailey Bieber said she was hospitalized for a blood clot in her brain earlier this week. The 25-year-old model and wife of Justin Bieber explained having stroke-like symptoms in an Instagram post on Saturday. Bieber was hospitalized, and doctors found the small blood clot that was causing the symptoms. She said her body passed the clot on its own without requiring surgery. Bieber said she recovered completely in a matter of hours, but found the experience to be one of the scariest times of her young life. As for her young pop star husband, Justin Bieber posed a picture with his wife on Instagram with the caption, "Can't keep this one down." All right, Joanne. Can't keep that one down, Joanne. Okay? You apparently... You keep bringing
Most
us down.
of the viewers, subscribers out there are watching me and know.
Oh wait, we got to hear this, dude.
Know me for the kickboxing belts behind me. It's what I've done in kickboxing that has you guys interested in me. But
all right, nobody's interested in you. I'm interested in reading the story, and maybe we're interested in you. Okay, but first we need to hear the freaking story. All right. In a new video on his YouTube channel, MMA fighter and kickboxing champion Gabriel Varga shares his best advice for how to defend yourself and get out of a street fight with minimum violence. I just heard him speak, Joanne. I've never been in a street fight where I've actually had to hit somebody, he said, explaining that he will de-escalate the situation whenever possible. Keeping in mind, Varga's first tip is to create distance between yourself and the aggressor and hold your palms up. I do not want to take a classic fighting stance because this looks like I want to fight, he says. As soon as something happens, step back, hands high. Let's see if that's how he sounds.
we need to remember that I have years and years of experience in martial arts, pretty much since
I have years and years experience in martial arts.
About 7 years old.
So 7 years old. Okay, we're going to just do it. We're going to keep pretending we know how he sounds. Rather than throwing a punch, Varga states that the swift kick to the thigh or groin can be highly effective if your goal is to momentarily subdue your opponent in order to give yourself time to get away. Most people don't have the conditioning to take a low kick, and then you can leave, he says, adding that being a kicking distance will also mean you're out of punching range. However, if the person starts moving in on you, Varga recommends knowing one or two close-range self-defense tactics, Joanne. Firstly, he advises against using your fist, as throwing a punch to somebody's head will likely damage your hand. Yep, I know that. And instead suggests using an open palm. It's essentially the exact power, he says. I can throw it really hard, but I'm not going to break my hand. Finally, Varga demonstrates the best way to block strikes, extending your arms out and stopping the punch of enough of a distance that your head won't take any damage. Immediately followed by an open palm hit in the rapid 1-2 Magoo that will enable you to get one in there. You know what I mean? If you leave ego aside, this is what he said. If you leave ego aside, if you don't feel like you need to respond, to hit them back because they disrespected you, you can get out, he says. It's when the ego comes in that things go awry. Nailed it, Joanne. Freaking nailed it. So bottom line, let's hear him.
Because my father wanted me to be able to defend myself. He wanted to know if somebody ever attacked me, I'd be able to put a stop to that street fight and walk out safely. So today for you guys, I'm going to give you the 5 tips that
I just got the 5 tips, Studio. Appreciate you, though, and I'm glad you're doing that. You're a good dad. I'll tell you what. When I was in 7th grade, I got bullied by 2 guys for a full year. Thrown up against lockers, punched daily for a full year. I was the poster child for, bully abuse in school. I'll get real here, some ranting. So I'm in art class the first week of 7th grade. And I see these 2 guys beating the heck out of him, like picking on this kid. And they're like throwing him, pushing him back and forth, taking his art utensils. And the teacher's not saying a freaking thing. And the end of class is like they keep doing it. At the very end of the class, I just, hey guys, leave him alone. And these guys literally said, they're like, we're going to leave him alone. We're going to bother you now. We're going to come after you now. And I was like, what? All I said was, hey guys, leave him alone. I felt bad. He's a little kid like me. I was always small. So from that day forward, for the entire year, until a point that I'll tell you about, but for the entire year, every day, all day long, they'd see me in the hallways. They'd throw me up against the locker, start punching on me and beat me up. Never in the face, always someplace where they couldn't get in trouble, Punch me in the stomach, in the arm, in the shoulders, in the chest, And they always were terrifying me. They just show up popping around the corner on me. I remember specifically as a nightmare. And I'd go home, and the only thing I had in this world was the fact that I can get on the bus at the end of the day and I could see my friends. My real friends that were in the different wing now. Like I grew up in school with like the small school, and then we went to an intermediate school. This is where 7th grade is, and there's A through G wing, and I'm in A. All my best friends were in G. They're all the way across the school. The only person that was close was Mike Green, my brother. Mike Green was the only person who was in my wing, but he wasn't in my classes, and I knew Mike for a very long time. He was not my best friend, but he was a good friend. And he became my best friend in retrospect because of what he did. So I'd be in the middle of the hallway. It became like an event on a daily basis where people would stand around in circles and watch me get beat up by these 2 bigger guys. I was small. I was always a small fry till senior year in high school, till the last 4 months of senior in high school. Another funny story. But I was small. And these guys used to beat the hell out of me. And the only thing I had, and it was a little bit of hope. And the hope was this. There was an occasion, say they did this 300 days, maybe 80 of those days, okay? That's a lot. 80 of the 300 days. I'm just picking random numbers. Okay, say 50 of the 200 days that I was in school, because I don't think it's more than that. 200 days in school. 50 of those days while I was getting beat up and thrown up against lockers, and these guys are beating the hell out of me, and everybody's laughing, and they're standing around watching. Kids I thought were my friends would stand there and watch me get beat up on a daily basis. And then I'd go into class with them 10 minutes later and then pretend like everything was fine. And they'd be like my friend again. And they were all small too. And I felt like in the moment, I'm like, well, they're just afraid. And that's why they're there on the sides. They're not helping. But Mike Green, I'd be up against a locker like this, just getting beat up, feeling it. And through the freaking crowd of people that are standing around watching and laughing, I'd see people start being like, oh, and I hear stuff. And through the freaking crowd, Mike Green would come like a freight train. He throws his bag down on the ground. He grabs one guy, throws him up against the locker. He grabs the other guy, he starts punching one. He goes over and starts punching the other guy. One guy taking on two guys to protect or to help a small kid that he was a friend of his. A lot. He came and was a savior for me. And it was the only thing I had to protect me was Mike Green. Without Mike Green, I probably would have I would have been in a bad place. I didn't have any hope without Mike Green. And Mike Green did this for me over and over the whole year till one day it got really bad. Something happened. I forget what it was, but I broke down or something like that. Something that the principal found out, like something crazy. That's what it was. It became such a big deal that again, it was like people were crowding around to watch this happen as soon as the school, in between classes. But the first period before class would even start, it would happen. And then it got to the point where it became such an ordeal and such an event that the principal found out. And then so the night that the principal found out, I go home and I'm like scared as hell to talk to my parents, my brothers. And I'm so embarrassed that I didn't have what it took to fight back, you know? Like I was so small. I felt like almost like I couldn't, you know? Like if I tried, they would just be like, pfft, and then they just beat the freaking hell out of me for trying, you know? And in retrospect, I think if I'd given them both one good pop, they probably would have left me alone. But I just took it every day, every single day. I often think about what the world would have been like if I had social media at that point, and every single night I'd go home and they would be texting me, we can't wait to freaking beat the hell out of you tomorrow. I'm going to bring a knife. I'm going to stab you tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going to throw you in a trash can and lock you in. Like the psychological damage they could have done to me. But thank goodness we didn't have that type of tech. We didn't have cell phones. So all I had was that time in school every day to be terrified. So from 8 a.m. until 2:30 every day, I was terrified in school. And then from 2:30 until the rest of the day, the rest of the night, I can go shoot hoops. I can let it all go. But in 2022, my kids, other kids, they finish up at 2:20. And for the rest of the day, they're getting text messages from these bullies. They're getting emails from them. Yeah, we got our eye on you. We've been watching. I told my son the other day, because he's like, yeah, this one kid's been throwing elbows and all this stuff. And I said, you know, if you want to get lessons, if you want to go and figure out how to defend yourself if this ever happens again, I'm all on board. I never got that when I was younger. And partially the issue was I didn't say anything. I never spoke up. I was terrified. So the night I say something to my parents, I'm there in the kitchen and my brothers are there and who are older than me. And both of them are tough. I remember seeing my middle brother fight some guy in this park up called, it was called, I can't think of the park right now. Wow. I mean, I grew up in New Jersey. I moved when I was 13, but I can't remember that park. Anyway, we went up to the park and my brother fought. So I've seen him fight. I saw my older brother fight, but I don't fight. And so I'm sitting there in the kitchen and they're like, well, what happened? I said, well, I was just getting my head beat in on a daily basis, like getting punched. And these guys are really big and I was scared. And Mike Green helped every once in a while, you know. And they're like, why didn't you fight back? And all this stuff. And everything was always about like, why didn't you fight back? And I'm like, two people were beating the hell out of me on a daily basis. What do you mean fight back? Like think about that. You're a small guy already. Getting picked on by one guy is enough of a freaking intimidation. Imagine two guys that are big, already had hit puberty in 7th grade, beating the hell out of you. And just to give you perspective, I didn't hit puberty until senior year in high school. Until spring of senior year in high school, I was still like, hey guys, what's up? So the reality is I was a pipsqueak. I was terrified. And so I didn't do anything. I was too scared to. So my brother tells me, this is the craziest thing. He says, tomorrow you're going to go there with a lock in your hand. You know, one of those padlocks? You're going with a padlock in your hand. And when this guy comes up to you and he starts pushing you, he throws you up against the locker, you're just going to quickly respond and pop him right in the face with the hand with the padlock coming around. Pop him in the face. When he grabs over, you kick him when he falls to the ground, you start kicking him in the chest until he spits up blood. This is what my brother's telling me, okay? Now, he's 5 years older than me, and at the time, okay, 7th grade, I was 13, right? Yes, at 13. 12 or 13, he's like, kick him in the chest till he's spitting up blood. I'm like, I was 12. I'm like, what? Are you freaking kidding me? I was so scared. I walked into school the next day. I had the padlock in my hand. It was one of the most daunting moments of my life at that time to walk down the hallway and have my hand in my pocket holding this padlock in my hand. And man, was I ready. I was ready to just go at it. And I don't think I would have just given a one pop. I would have just kept going on this freaking you know what I mean? Pop on the other guy, just start pounding these guys and make a scene out of it. I could have imagined what would have happened if I got them on the ground, each of those guys, after what they put me through for a full year. This is maybe halfway through the year, 3/4 of the way through the year. Yeah, it's 3/4 of the way through the year. And I got the padlock ready. John Bruno, that's his name, comes walking down the hallway. And Rich something, I can't think of his name. Rich Romano, Rich something Rubenstein. I can't think of that dude's name. But Rich and John, they come walking down the hall together. And now my heart's beating. I'm realizing that this is about to go down. And my friend Manny Montalbano, love Manny. That's the kid I used to be like, oh, you're my buddy. And then he would just laugh when I got beat on. I'm like, now in retrospect, he probably felt bad, but like he was small, I was small. They didn't beat on him and they beat on me. And he would just stand around with the friends and they would laugh and see like it was a thing, you know? But so Manny goes, and literally he says, oh, so John, you going to beat on Mark again today? Something like that. And John goes, nah, we're done with Mark. We're going to find somebody else. And I remember almost feeling let down. Like, no, I got to pound this freaking dude's face in. But I don't have what it takes to do that anyway. It's only if I was in a corner again and I was ready and I had that thing in my hand, I was ready to go. And so he says, no, we're going to leave Mark alone now. We've done enough to Mark. Now, the rest of the year was more psychological abuse. They really stopped. He would still occasionally grab me by the neck and squeeze hard, and he would be like, what's going on, buddy? Like, try to be a jerk, you know? And he would still go like this every once in a while, try to get me like to off guard, but it worked every single time. But the abuse, the physical abuse stopped that day. And I always wondered why, but I realized in the future when I was a father, I realized what happened. The principal called my parents and called his parents. They didn't just call my parents and say, hey, this kid, your son's getting beat up in school. They obviously also called the parents of the people beating on the kid and said, you do this again, you're going to get expelled or whatever it is, because they came in and said, we're done with Mark. That's the only thing that makes logical sense now. At the time, as a 12-year-old kid, I was like, man, they're letting me off. Thank goodness. Like I'm so glad this is over. I didn't even correlate what it was. I was just so terrified. I was so happy to have it over. And Mike Green was basically what I would say my savior, my guardian angel, in a time when nobody else was there to guard me and to help me. I didn't tell anybody else. He was the only one who saw it. My other friends who knew about it were not anywhere near the action. They were in different wings. They couldn't even help. I had another friend named Mike Kassar. He was a monster of a dude, and he was one of my best friends, and he would have fought and backed me up too. But he was nowhere. He was all the way in, like, again, he was in G, I was in A. It's all the way across the school. So we are where we are. Mike Green was what I call my guardian angel. I believe in your life there are people that will back you up that you would never expect to be your guardian angel, and they end up being your guardian angel. Mike Green is, I wouldn't say that I would have expected Mike to be my guardian angel. He was a friend of mine. He's a friend of mine. My best friends wouldn't do what Mike Green did. Mike Green will always be one of my best friends ever because of what he did. He means so much to me. He's a story. He's a legend in my family. My kids talk about Mike Green. They'll see somebody do something really freaking brave and protect someone and help someone in need and give them a chance, to try to get through something. And like my son, he'd be like, Daddy, just like Mike Green. I think that's freaking right. Just like Mike Green. I loved when he said that. Daddy, just like Mike Green. I was like, freaking yeah. We need more people like Mike Green. It's interesting, but the way Mike Green gave to me and to help me in my time of need is part of the reason why I've shown up for 1,168 days in a row for 2+ hours, not giving up on this world. It's because the world is in need and nobody else is freaking throwing their backpack down and fighting back. And it's always 2-on-1. But this time I'm freaking up for it. Greeny. Man, that guy was awesome. He is awesome. He's a chef now. I think he's in Pennsylvania. I'd love to catch up with him. I'm going to have him on the show. That's why I told you we're going to have Zabrowski on the show, too. I'm in awe of Mike Green. He sent me a note once about it. Because I sent him, I put some post up on Facebook explaining what I just explained to you. I told the story. I said, my son said this about, yeah, just like Mike Green, Daddy. And he wrote back, he's like, man, I had no idea that this had such an impact on you. And like, he's like, I was just a friend doing, a dumb friend, helping a friend in need, just like, being an idiot for a friend, Yeah, I know going up against two people is not the smartest thing, but my friend needed help and I'm an idiot going to help a friend is basically the way he posted it, It's like, no, man. You did the one thing no one else would do. You were my guardian angel. And I truly believe at every moment in your life, there are guardian angels around you that you don't expect. It's not the person you expect at all. And they don't even know they're your guardian angel. They just step up. They step up. It just happens. It's weird. It's something where they get the call. This is the call for me, is to show up here, but they get the call to do the honorable thing. Mike Green. One of these days we're going to get him on. And he said that in the message, look, I didn't think this is a big deal. I just helped a friend in need. That is the biggest deal in the world. Biggest deal. And sometimes nobody has a friend in need. They don't have a friend, but they don't have that friend who will be there when they need it. I still can't believe looking at those kids I thought were my friends and they would just be like laughing as I was getting beat up. It's really weird, But all I can say is human history has been like that. And every time things are at their worst, there are always beacons of light within that are trying to remind everybody that there's still a way back to the light. And Mike Green was a great example of that. I was in a bad place because I'm terrified. I'm living in fear. You can't be happy. You can't live a life that way. But Mike Green was the one piece of hope that I had. That
maybe he'd be coming through the freaking crowd. But that's what terrifies me about being a father now and having kids, is like them being bullied at all. I really, really get nervous about that because of what I went through. Like, nobody should deal with that crap, you know? And the reality is, like, I have a theory that, you know, anything I've ever put my mind to and that I've really wanted to excel at, I take the time and then I excel at it. So the reality is, if I actually spent a little bit of time, and the way I can dance or whatever, I'm able to move pretty well. Like, if I spent a little bit of time and I was willing to actually hit things and people, I could be pretty scary lethal, I think. Because when you're quick and you do very creative things and you know how to fight, I think that's a scary dude. You know what I mean? A guy who's not just able to fight, but he's creative. Like, that's what makes, I think, the best MMA fighters is not just that they're good fighters, is that they're freaking creative. And while they're in the middle of fighting, they do something that you did not expect. So I don't like to fight. I don't want to learn how to hit people. I want people to get along. But I never tested myself, never tried to hit them. I never just say, you know what, I'm going to hit these guys and see if I can get away, if I can run away. I took it. Just freaking took it. And, you know, I jokingly say to my son, I'm like, dude, just give him a neck chop. You ever neck chop someone right here? Oh, it hurts so bad. I'm saying you neck chop someone and call it a wrap. You know, let them deal with the pain of a neck chop, you know. But I told my son, I said, look, if you want to get martial arts training, whatever, judo, whatever you want, MMA, whatever it is that he can learn how to defend himself when someone comes by and they throw an elbow or they push him up against a locker. Because I don't know what's going on with the world, but I don't think that people are any nicer today than they were when I was around. And so the reality is, I want him to be able to, if necessary, protect himself. And to me, almost the ability to protect yourself is a confidence. I never had the confidence. You know, Yardbird says Bruce Lee was a great dancer. See, Sarah got neck chopped. I'll tell you, Sarah, isn't it the worst? You get neck chopped. It is a pain you do not want to feel. Woof. Neck chop McGee. He was a character in a 70s film. I don't know if you ever saw that one. Neck chop McGee. He's pretty good. Guys, a rare 14th century leopard coin was worth $185,000 was found by an amateur metal detectorist in a field. I did the gold dance. See that? It's not scrolling. But, so there we go. He's talking about a danceroo right there too. But yeah, I used to joke with a friend. I had a friend, this is after, obviously, when I was up here, I moved up to Connecticut. And one of my friends is very, very agile. He was this... Jermaine was like crazy when it came to martial arts. He would do these, he taught me a few things, and he played like he was a martial artist. You know what I mean? I'd be like, what the? But he would do these crazy spin kicks and like kick over my head. And he looked like he was a dancer. He could dance his freaking butt off. That dude was a great dancer. And so he was my best friend for a while, like junior and senior year of high school. So Jermaine and I would go out and hang out with all these friends, and like he liked to dance, I liked to dance. So we go out to different places, clubs and stuff. Because we were young, but I think we had IDs or whatever. We go out to these clubs, and we'd go to different towns together. And Jermaine was like, whenever he would square up with someone, he'd do this thing where he'd be like, and he'd flip, and he'd be like this, and he'd be like, oh, this dude knows what he's doing. Like anybody who gets like this when you get up and they're like, what, you want to go? And you're like, all right, let's go. You know, and you got like that whole vibe going. Is like, you're like, okay, I don't want to mess with that dude, you know? And he would do that. He'd do this thing where he'd be like, all right, let's go. And then he'd bring his leg around, do that leg sweep kick over my head. And then he taught me how to do that. And then I do the back spin. So I know how to do a few things, but I've never hit anybody. I never tried that on anybody, but I would jokingly do that. And I got agile enough to be able to kick pretty high. And so, but Jermaine was like very much scary. He would just be like, whap, whap. And he'd throw these little fists at you. You'd be like, what the hell is whap, whap? He'd like, what are you doing, dude? But I was older and like, I never fought still. I'm not a fighter. But Jermaine was a fighter. And I saw them break into a fight once, which was pretty nuts. He and my friend Guy were down in this, when I was growing up, it was crazy, but there was a telephone in downtown where I grew up in. It's called New Canaan. There was nothing open past 6 p.m. There was like an ordinance that everything shuts down at 6 in this town in the 1990s. So on the weekends, the only thing you could do was go down to the mobile gas station, and everybody would hang out there, cars everywhere, and then you'd figure out who's going to have a party and you'd go out somewhere. But it started at mobile. And sometimes the party went back to mobile, and late at night you're there and it's just a group of guys. So one night I'm there, Jermaine, Guy, myself, and like 3 other dudes who were not from around there. They came in from like a different town. They were acting up. And Guy was like a black belt karate. Guy was a serious karate dude. And Jermaine and me. And Jermaine knows what he's doing, and Guy's there. And it's like, so you got like these 2 dudes that know what they're doing, and then I'm there just kind of like standing back like I always do. And these guys start coming at, I think they swung at Guy, I think it was. And Guy kicked this one dude right in the chest. It was crazy. I was watching, like, it's like the first time I ever saw anybody do this. I'm watching, like, what the hell? He kicks him right in the freaking chest. Dude falls right to the ground, right? He's drunk. He gets right back up. And then Jermaine, I think, gets involved because the other guy was there. And they're like going at it, wrestling. I thought it was interesting because Jermaine went right to wrestling instead of, trying to punch the hell out of the dude or kick the dude. I'm like, I know he could kick and I know he could punch, but he went right to like wrestle the dude. And then I realized, like, now we're in a day and age where you go right to try to wrestle to get someone to the ground and then beat the hell out of, like, that's MMA style. He was doing MMA stuff, way back. Like, I don't think he knew what he was doing, although his father's freaking Jamaican. So I wonder if, no, jiu-jitsu is really more from Brazil, but maybe it made its way to Jamaica at some point, I'm wondering. Because Jermaine was, like, serious when he could wrestle, too. Long story short, I saw these dudes beat the hell out of like 2 guys, 2-on-2, and I sat there and I was just like, guys, no, stop it. Like that freaking Karen on the side. Guys, what are you doing? No, let's stop fighting. Oh my goodness, guys. That's what we do here on Renaissance Man Show. We get into the old stories, talking about the past. When you're down at 1,168 days in a row, 2+ hours, you get into some crazy stories, If you haven't yet, head over to YouTube. Give us a subscribe over there. This is the longest running variety show on planet Earth. And we are here every day of the year for the last 3+ years for 2+ hours. We're actually at 1:45 right now. These shows take on minds of their own. There is no script. So I started with the idea of doing 7 stories. We got to think 4 or 5 in, 4 in. And it's amazing to me that sometimes we break off into some other things like stories and rants and comedies. Tonight we did a piece of Back to the Future, Mark, where some crazy guy who did the intro. It's me as a crazy guy wearing a friggin' wig. Whoo! Oh, Sarah said, can I still do the high kick? I don't think I could still do the high kick. I'm not sure I could do that. I don't even know if I have enough room to do the high kick. I think I did it once before. I'd have to stretch a root. Stretching that leg out, Joanne. Joanne, did you bring the stretcher just in case if I pull a muscle? Pulling a muscle, doing that kick. Stretching it out, Joanne. Let's see if we can do it. It's been a long time. Oh, goodness. So I learned a couple of crazy things from Jermaine, like kicking the freaking ceiling. When you're doing it, you're doing it. Joanne, any other stories today? Renaissance Man Show? Doing it? Trying to get into it? Trying to get people to understand where we are in the world? Disney's CEO makes it clear. A big price is a-coming. At Disney. Oh, great. Thank you so much for your upgrade in pricing, Chuchio. Who the right? Let's see. Disney lineup. Hold on. What are we talking about over here? The Mouse House has never been shy about charging more for any of its well-loved products, properties, and services. Walt Disney Company report owns a world-class lineup of intellectual property that no other company can even sort of come close to. Okay, what are we freaking doing over here? Get Comcast Corporation Class E report, which competes with Disney in films, theme parks, and television, maybe in second, but it's a vast difference. This isn't Coke and Pepsi. It's Coke compared to RC Cola. I liked RC Cola, Joanne. You did too. See, Joanne, we do have something in common. Basically, any Marvel character appears to make for a fortune a successful streaming show on Disney Plus, if not as a... Joanne, can we give it... Basically, any Marvel character appears to make for a successful streaming show on Disney Plus, if not as a film franchise. It's hard to even name a failed Disney movie or streaming series, with 2018's Solo, a Star Wars story, being the only recent example. And that failure still took in nearly $400 million, Joanne, globally. Disney has the IP to get people to pay for its streaming network, visit its theme parks, and see its movies. The company doesn't really control the price of movie tickets, and Plan Demereux made rising theme price park tickets tricky. But Disney CEO Bob Chapek made it clear that Disney Plus won't cost $8 a month or $80 a year forever. Disney clearly wants to make Disney Plus a draw for people, and it has even taken movies that were intended to be theatrical releases, including the just-released Turning Red from Pixar, on the streaming service. The company has devoted billions of dollars to creating programming for Disney Plus, but the Plan Demereux did cause it some problems, Chapek said during its company's first quarter earnings call. We've maintained that we offer an extraordinary price/value relationship around the world for Disney Plus. Obviously, the last few years, pretty much the entirety of the launch of Disney Plus is plagued by COVID-related production interruptions, he said. The Plan Demereux made producing television shows a challenge, but it also led to Disney using films like Mulan and Hamilton as drivers to get people to sign up for the streaming service. Hamilton was included in the regular price, while Mulan cost an extra $30, while the film also played in theaters. Chapek noted that even though the Plan Demereux caused some production delays, Disney has reached one of its major goals. Plus, in all fairness, our own recognition that we needed to essentially double our production output... Yeah, you put those two things together and we certainly have less content than we want. But we've said over the last few earnings calls that we will rectify itself on the second half of the year. We've already reached one of our goals, he said. One of the goals was to go ahead and ensure that we had a new title every week, and we've achieved that. Interesting. Chapek made it clear that any price increase would be tied to the company hitting a second goal. By 2023, we want to get a steady state, which is even higher than we have right now. And I think that it will give us an impetus to increase the price-value relationship even higher. Guys, you know what? These people are creepers.
Let me make more money off of my services.
Creeperoo, right? Join the Renaissance Man show. It's free. U.S. intelligence officials believe a $700 million super yacht that's docked in Italy could belong to Russian President Vladimir Putin. Reports say, Joanne. U.S. officials say the super yacht docked in Italy could belong to Russian President Vladimir Putin. Putin my yacht in Italy. People briefed on the intelligence, however, said no set conclusions have been made, per the New York Times. The $700 million super yacht is currently docked on the Tuscan coast of Italy. U.S. authorities believe we just read that, Joanne. Can you not give me the double-decker story? The New York Times reported that news citing several people briefed on the Informazione. The super yacht called Scheherazade, now I got it definitely. The super yacht called the Scheherazade, which is currently situated on the Tuscan coast of Italy, first came to light after the Times reported Tuesday that Italian authorities were examining the 459-foot-long vessel. That is ridiculous, Joanne. While some believed it could belong to Russian oligarchs, Russian Times nicknamed it Putin's yacht. Following the invasion of Ukraine, Russia has been hit with wide-ranging sanctions targeting oligarchs and their luxury assets. Super yachts have come under particular scrutiny in the recent weeks. U.S. intelligence officials have not concluded who owns the Sherazade, but said they found initial indications that it was associated with Putin, per the Times. The people with the knowledge of the matter would not describe the information that led them to believe the super yacht was linked to the Russian president. So, guys, they could be putting a little pressure on him. You know what I mean? They're going to have a little down there. If you can't get the pressure and Putin on them, I don't know what to tell you. That's what they're expecting from you. Last story of the day. Russians are trying to sell Big Macs for $36 each and a McDonald's paper bag for more than $300 following the closure of branches. Joanne, I got an idea. Why don't we just ship off a ton of McDonald's paper bags to Russia, right? You ship them off to your father, George Soros. He gets them into the circulation, Russia style. You're all of a sudden cleaning up. $300. Just charge $150, Joanne. Fine, $200, greedy, 200. That's fine. You do $200 deal. You put it out there. You tell them, Russians, but look, we sell this for $200. You give me my cut, and you don't die because your father will put the pressure on them as George Soros style. Russians are trying to sell McDonald's menu items online following branch closures. Popular items like Big Macs and McMuffins have been offered at inflated prices. One listing on classified ads website offered McDonald's packaging for up to $373. Excuse me. Russians are attempting to sell McDonald's menu items. Joanne, we just read, why are you giving me a double decker on all these? You're putting these lines in twice. Insider viewed multiple listings on Avito, a Russian classified ads website, which offered products including Big Macs and McMuffins. Avito described on LinkedIn as the most popular classified site ad in Russia. One Moscow-based seller advertised a Big Mac for an equivalent of $36. In Russia, that burger would usually cost 135 rubles, or around $1. Wow, they charge $1 for a freaking Big Mac? I guess, I don't know I don't know how they make any money. Well, it's because they put crap in there and then people eat it. Another seller recently posted a McDonald's breakfast, including McMuffins, potato pancakes, and sauces for around $18. In a listing translated into English, the seller said they were offering the items to those who wanted to enjoy the last taste of a bygone era. Nothing appears to be off limits, with some people even attempting to sell McDonald's packages. At the time of writing, one Avista listing was showing a paper bag being advertised for the equivalent of $373. It is then known if the bag contained any products. The website contains several other advertisements offering packaging, including cups and French fry holders. One seller advertised a McDonald's signature glass for around $74. So, guys, crazy stuff going on in the world. They're selling McDonald's stuff, and it's the worst. So, just saying, if you're going to get something, you're going to go to McDonald's? Like, what are we talking about over here? Who wants to buy that poison at that price? Bobby knows. Bobby knows what's going on. I'm getting Bobby's beat seat work done and getting ready to go this week. I cannot wait to check that out. Guys, we did it again, right? 1,168 days in a row of madness here. Of lifting each other up into the light. Oh my goodness. You got to go away. You gotta go away. Yeah. But guys, tomorrow make sure you come back when we do it all over again. You got to go away. We dropped 2 awesome pieces of content today. If you missed them, I'm going to share the links with you. Right above, guys, I've pinned the link for my Telegram. Join the Telegram. You're going to want to join the Telegram because I notify you, or somebody from the Telegram notifies you anytime there is something coming up, whether it's a clip, if I post a short, if I'm going live, you will get the information. First clip of the day was called Wordplay Anyone, and this is a very funny bit about Asakuchi. Asakuchi is a city, a part of the world, and also a very funny comedy bit. People make a choice. Some people enjoy both. Asakuchi, both of them. The next one was a Kill It and Grill It exclusive. Our family member Kill It and Grill It, he's here in the chat. I'm saying goodnight, and I just turned it into a bit. So I hope you enjoyed that because that was quite hilarious about barbecue sauce and stuff like that. You guys, you just never know if you're going to be turned into a comedy bit. We've done lots of stuff with many people on the show in the last couple moments. You just never know. But I will say this, tomorrow we do it all over again. So until then, Bobby Chizzy, my brother, Cheryl Niles, Renee Woods, S-Coop, Sarah normally. If you guys are here and you're doing a lurkaroo and you want to say goodnight now or forever hold your peace. Or until tomorrow, my family friends. Over here on TikTok, I have to say thank you again to Lily Cheesecake. You rock. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate you. If you have not, give me a follow. And tomorrow, I hope to see you again. So, William Martin, my brother, thank you so much for saying goodnight, and thank you for being here. Kill It and Grill It, there he is. I put the link up of Kill It and Grill It's bit, guys. It is quite hilarious. Go watch it, go share it. Let the world know we're here every day forever. And until tomorrow, it's Mark Pyers. And it's Renaissance Man. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. You got to go away. Yeah. Till tomorrow, fam. Till tomorrow.